Right now, you are a student at Birmingham Covington School, so I am going to direct you to our Media Center resources. First, you would want to go to our website, bcsonline.info, click on Students, and scroll down to the Media Center link. To get into our research portal, you're going to go right under these pictures of some other 7-8 students and click on the link to our Destiny online catalog and follow it back to our school. Once you get here for this project, the resources that I'm going to share with you are here under reference databases, and a couple of them are even searchable here in these widgets. So the first place that I want to share with you is World Book Encyclopedia, which, like Wikipedia, is great for background information because it's an encyclopedia, but again, it shouldn't be the only place that you do your research. So we're going to click on Student. Being middle school students, this is the best encyclopedia of these for you to use. And my recommendation is to start your searches a little bit broad at these databases and then to narrow it down. For example, my search on genocide will bring up a general article on genocide. It will bring up an article about the Armenian genocide, Rwandan, and then say, for example, you were looking for the genocide in Cambodia and you weren't sure what it was called or what article would have it. If you read through both the title and then the summaries, you'll find that a lot of the information about the genocide under Pol Pot is here on the article for Khmer Rouge. So you would actually be reading through this article. Now, World Book is going to have some very basic information. It's fairly easy to read. If you are so interested, I think all of the databases I'm going to show you today actually have a feature up here in the tools, wherever the tools is on that database, that allows the computer, if you have headphones or speakers hooked up, to read the article to you, which is helpful in some cases. It also often will have links to other encyclopedia articles that are going to have more information. These databases also often have links to other resources. For example, these two magazine articles that are related to this event in Cambodia. And finally, all of these databases will help you cite your sources properly for your works cited or bibliography. I believe you guys are using MLA, so you could just copy and paste this in order to have the exact format that you need to cite this source. Let's check out another couple of databases. eLibrary is very helpful for not just magazine or not just encyclopedia articles, but others as well. If you come up with this, you have a free password that you get to use. As you can see, these are password protected because they will only work for those that they put in. I'm going to go through Mel because I'm actually doing this on a non-school computer. Yours should automatically log in. So for eLibrary, notice as it says in your directions on your handout, it did not work for me going in through here because I'm not on the school computer. But if I go through mel.org, databases, eLibrary, I can get into eLibrary this way. This lets me search not only encyclopedias, but newspapers, magazines, books, all the way down to transcripts, which are actually from trials, which is pretty applicable here. So if I am searching under genocide, the nice thing about eLibrary is it starts giving me ideas of what I may want to be searching under, which is helpful if the word is hard to spell or if I'm not sure what exactly I'm supposed to be typing in for a basic keyword search. And it also lets me know that eLibrary is going to have some information on that topic. So for the genocide in Bosnia, it fills out some of the information for me. And eLibrary is very helpful in that it will give an overview on the topic and some articles that are also good overviews. It will pull up all sorts of results for me, and the little icons will alert me to what it is. For example, I know that this one is a transcript. There are even some recommended websites. See if I can find one for this topic. If you happen to see the little world icon, this is a recommended website from eLibrary. So these are some that have actually been evaluated by the people, the experts who put this database together. So you would read through these articles and use what you can. Now, that said, I would not sit here and read this article in class. What I tend to do is I tend to send myself a link, and I send it to my email. Let's go to a newspaper article. I make myself a big reading list. So let's just say that this is an article that looked like something I could use. What I tend to do is just email everything to myself. And what happens when I email it is that it sends me the article full text, and it also sends me an exact citation. So I've emailed this to myself. I've sent myself an exact citation in there that I can copy and paste into my paper. Kind of like when you're at a store, you're shopping, you're putting things in a dressing room. It's something you want to try on that you think you could use for your topic, but you're not sure yet how, and you want to do things in phases. We're doing our search first, and then we're going to go through and do our reading and our note-taking. So I've sent myself that article that looked pretty good, and I'm going to go on to some other databases and try those out as well. I also recommend, highly recommend, Gale Global Issues in Context. And there is a password that's on your handout for this one if you're on a non-school computer. Gale Global Issues in Context has phenomenal overviews of the topics at hand, at every topic. These are global issues, usually within the 20th, 21st century. So their overview on genocide is going to have information within it on all the different genocides we're researching. But you'll notice here on related portals, they recommend, Rwanda genocide has its own entire portal for information on that particular genocide, the Holocaust, Darfur. In each portal, what you will find is an overview. Often a video will be right here. It has some tools as well. This one you can, share the overview, email it to yourself. It has podcasts for you to listen to. It has primary sources. You'll notice here that there are global viewpoints. So these are international articles, reference sources, which are good for background information on related issues, news, statistics, academic journals. These are peer-reviewed sources, a little bit different than a magazine or a newspaper article. In academic journals, typically they're peer-reviewed, which means that the person that writes the article has to submit it. If you are a professor of history somewhere, other professors of history, their peers, review the article without knowing who wrote it to determine its validity and how accurate it is. It's kind of like having another expert in the field proofread your article, except more proofread, fact check, etc. So lots of good information can be found here through Gale Global Issues. If you come across a big general article like this, yes, it's going to take you forever to read it. Again, I highly recommend emailing it to yourself so that you have it for later. You can sit down and read all of your articles and note take at once. I also recommend looking within that article. So Command F on my Mac or Control F on a PC, and you can search within it. So if I'm looking for Rwanda, I start typing Rwanda in, and it finds that word anywhere on the page. So I can search under a variety of my countries, perhaps, to find the spot on the page that it gets into perhaps some more detail on that particular genocide. And last but not least, I would like to point out Gale Virtual Reference Library to you. This is a collection of ebooks. So reference books, encyclopedias, nonfiction books on various topics. And again, you'll want to do a search, and I like to type slow in these search bars because sometimes, for example, with the genocide in Rwanda, it will start filling in the blanks for me. And I can go to that, not just article, but as you can see, this is a rather lengthy book. Just tons of information. Websites to visit, even other links down near the end, the index of the book. This is one of those things where the Control F feature might be very helpful to you to find certain spots in the article, maybe if you're looking for a particular keyword. And again, every one of these databases has tools, so print, email, download, citation tools, a variety of ways for you to keep the article by emailing it or downloading it or printing it, and then the citation tools, which allow you to just copy and paste this into your bibliography. Finally, the last thing I want to note is that you will be using EasyBib for this project, and you can actually export the citations directly to EasyBib from eLibrary, Gale Virtual Reference Library, and Gale Global Issues and Contacts. So after you click on that export to EasyBib, if you are already logged into EasyBib, it puts you to this screen on EasyBib where you can import with or without abstracts, which is like a little summary, and it will make it part of your bibliography. It's found under Citation Tools in the Gale products. Let your librarian know if you need any help. Mrs. Clark and I are both here to help you as best we can. Have a great day.